go to Moab, Utah. How y'all doing? This is Mike, your driver. You'll be riding shotgun on our way to Moab, Utah. Had a beautiful day in the hood. 57 degrees outside. Gorgeous. Westbound Interstate 70. We're coming up on Kramer Junction. That is the highway to Moab. There's a couple of highways. This one, and there's one east of us. But semis cannot go on it, so it's a beautiful drive. But I cannot go on there with this. So you see that little store over there? The Twilight Zone? Don't never go there. Unless you want to take it at the tailpipe. It's only about 15 miles to Green River. And there's another store behind us about 5 miles. There's no real reason to go over there. But if you do, you will pay. How does one soda sound at $3.90 for one soda? $6.50 for a gallon of gas. A lot of it's not advertised. You cannot use the restroom unless you buy something. It's a racket. Gorgeous day today. I gotta be more specific. We're not quite going into Moab. We're going just north of town. Technically, it is Moab, but we're not going into town. It should be kind of cool, but we're going to a brand new hotel, deliver some toilets, plumbing fixtures, if you will. And then we're going to turn around and go back to Colorado. Go to Olathe, Colorado. Pick up playground mulch. I call it sawdust. Take it to Southern California. We had a big weekend over here in Moab. Traffic was insane yesterday. It's probably going to be a little bad today, but it shouldn't be too bad. Trying to get back out. See you in a bit. bouncy. Oh, horsey. Oh, horsey. So I had something pretty interesting happen to me this morning. I just got off a 34-hour break, which is nice because I don't have to chase recycled hours. Start out with a full 70. That means I can work 11 hours a day in a 14-hour window. I could drive 11. So I get over to the truck stop and I pull up. There's a truck in front of me. I pull up into the fuel island, getting fuel, and the employee there for the truck stop said, "That truck in front of you, the guy has locked his keys in his cab. So when you're done, you're probably going to have to back up." I'm like, all right. So I went to look to see what kind of truck he had. He had a Freightliner. Now some of them Freightliners, there's a plate on the firewall. 4 bolts or nuts. You can take them off and get access to the cab. Technically, you can get access right to the ignition, take the keys right out of the ignition and open your door that way. Then go put the plate back on the firewall. So I told the employee, I'm like, you can get into those trucks through a plate on the firewall. He goes, oh, that's interesting. I'll go tell the driver. So he went and told the driver. The guy comes out and he goes, so you say you know how to get into these trucks? And I'm like, well, yeah. So I can pop your hood. So he pops his hood and take a look, see. He's got that plate, but it's got stuff attached to it. So it was a different setup. And I'm like, that's the first one I've ever seen like that. You know, you can look him up on YouTube on how to do that. A little jet right there. What is that? United Airlines. Land their little jet at the Moab airport. So anyway, his truck did not have that plate. Well, it did, but they had something else connected there instead of just the plate. It had some kind of functionality to it. So I'm like, well, you're just going to have to call a locksmith or get in there and pry your door apart. Get a rod in there. Maybe you can hit the unlock button or grab hold of the handle, pull up, and it'll unlock also that way. And he goes, well, yeah, I've heard that some keys will unlock other trucks. Freightliner keys. And I'm like, really? I haven't heard of that, but I'm driving a Volvo now. So I go, if I used to have a Freightliner, I would have tried it, but I don't have it. I was like, oh, that's okay. Those guys are coming. Locksmith. I'm like, all right. So I went to get something to eat. Came back and I had to go get some water. I came back with the water in the truck and I see this guy walking across the front of the trucks going to the dude that was in front of me. And I see him pull his keys out. He walks up to it. I had to open my door so I could look out around and see the front of the door. He unlocked the guy's truck. And the guy's truck was sitting there running. So the Freightliners, you can lock yourself out easily. The Volvo, you have to use the key to unlock yourself and lock yourself in, lock yourself out. Some four-wheelers. So, but anyway, I saw that. I'm like, what the hell? I got out and I asked the dude, and he's all like, man, did you see that? That dude just unlocked my truck with his key. I was like, I did see that. What the hell? But I've never seen anything like that. The other guy's truck key unlocked a totally different truck. So that dude was right when he said, I had heard that those keys will unlock another truck. I just saw it from my own eyes. So I told him what I did, because I locked myself out one time, but I managed to go through with like a steel rod going through the side door, the door between the door and the cab, pried it open, and then was able to get a hold of the handle, pull up and release it. But after that, I stashed a key with zip ties in the engine compartment, because you can access the engine compartment without a key. You just pop the side straps, pop the hood open. I had a spare key in there, which I actually had to use another time. I was glad I had done that. I told him he might want to think about that in the future. Four-wheel playground. We got a sightseer. At 50 miles an hour right now. Really irritating. That's the only bad thing about driving around tourist areas. Tourists are the worst drivers. They're too busy looking around and not really paying attention to what's going on around them. I know, we're going to pass them here in a minute. Jeez, you guys. Speed limit's 65, so they're 15 under. Totally uncalled for. Way to go, Ohio. Get the F out of the way. See, you come into the 4-lane, now we're doing 65. God, I hate people sometimes. I shouldn't say people, I should say some drivers. Once you get out and take a picture, stop your car and look and gawk and take all the pictures you want. Just don't do it whilst driving. Moab Giants, Canyonlands National Park, Dead Horse Point Park. Turn right, Highway 313 right there. There's those dinosaurs in there. See a slow vehicle up there. If we were going to go to the reservation, Monument Valley, we would be going this way. However, we are not going to be doing that today. fuel tank. It is. Unless I take it to Grand Junction to get it repaired. I wonder why he acts like he's carrying a fully loaded tank. Sure is a lot of red dirt in Utah. Arches National Park, left lane. All cars up there on the zigzag road. Gorgeous day. Warming up, 62 degrees. Sand dune right there. This Moab out there in front of us. I'm sure you assumed that. Now, if you take this highway right here where that car's coming out, Highway 279, Potash, takes you back to Potash. There's actually a plant back there that mines potash. We used to take it to pick and load up there and take it to what you would call it, Purina Foods for dogs. And that is Moab out there. But anyway, if you take that Highway 279, there is hieroglyphics on the stone walls, old Indian days. Pretty awesome. I don't know if I'll ever go back there again because we don't really do the Purina thing anymore, but it's a good possibility. Eventually, I would assume. We're getting ready to cross the Colorado River. All muddy from the runoff. That canyon over there is the one, Highway 279 back there. Take you to the hieroglyphics. It's free too, it's just sitting on the side of the road. So our hotel should be here somewhere. It's a new one. I'm sure it's being built. I don't know if that's it or not. I doubt it. But we'll have to look. It's 1435, 191. Let's take a look, see. Because it is a possibility. I say 1435. Well, we're looking for 1248. So that's 35 on the west side, so the east side is going to be the even number. So that should be on our left. So we're looking for 1238. 1238. Look at the traffic in Moab. Yep. The exodus has begun. Seeing it. I'll see you in a bit. Well, we're going to get to see downtown Moab anyway. Not that it's a big thing, but for some people, it might be all right. The situation is this. I tried to call this guy Saturday morning because what I'm delivering is plumbing supplies. Technically, I'm toilets and whatever else. We usually deliver to plumbing distributors. I get their main distribution center. Then we go out to these plumbing stores and unload anywhere from 1 to 20 pallets per store. But this one goes to a hotel, like direct. So, right off the bat, I'm like, well, this guy better have a pallet jack and a forklift. Because all the companies we deliver to, they're companies. Some of them even have loading docks. The ones that don't, they give you a pallet jack and they bring the forklift, you bring the pallet to the back of the trailer, he picks it up, boom, 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 you're done. So I try to call this guy Saturday morning. He doesn't answer. And it says, just leave a message. So I'm like, okay, I'll just leave a message. That way he'll get back to me. And then it says, this mailbox is full. Cannot accept any more messages. Great. So he didn't know I called. Other than seeing a missed phone call. So, I'm not finding this. Google Maps keeps putting me at north 191, even though the address says south 191. 191 being this highway that we're on. It's time for AC. So he goes, well, they told me it wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, because today's Monday. And I'm like, well, they told me it had to be here between 7 and 3 o'clock on Monday. He's like, well, I'm not going to be there for another 3 hours. I go, well, I can wait. But it is going to put me not being able to pick up my next load until tomorrow morning. So I sent a message to my California dispatcher to find out if that's still okay or if they'll put me on another one. I'm going to say it's still okay. We'll still be all right. But, so technically I'm not going to make a whole lot of money today. I'm going to Grand Junction to Moab, and then Moab back to Grand Junction. I'll just hang out again at night. And then leave first thing in the morning, go to Olathe, pick up that sawdust, take it to California. So I'm surprised you can actually buy a beer at these restaurants in Utah. And I think it's because the tourist industry is so big. There's a park right there. Just pull right in front of me. Oh, European. Shipped your Brevio from across the seas. Now I got sidetracked now what I was saying. Anyway, so I'll just hang out here for 3 hours until he gets here. He's on his way from St. George. I told him as long as we can still get unloaded today, I'll just hang out. I want to drive all the way back to, well, I would not do that. Go all the way back to Colorado. You know, an hour and a half away, hour and 20 minutes. So definitely not going to do that. Worst case scenario, I get to hang out in this tourist trap. Steeda, S-T-E-E-D-A. I have not heard that on that Mustang. Kind of like a Saline, I want to say, or a Roush. S-T-E-E-D-A that was. A Steeda Mustang. I'm going to have to look that up. That's a European license plate. I guess the flag on the left will tell me where it's from. I don't know that color. Looks like red, white, and blue, but that's the United States and Russia. I took a quick glance at Google Maps. It says that I can get in here, but look at that. It's all RVs. Let's take a quick look-see. It's all RVs. It didn't work out there at that, what you call a gas station. Really no room to park. Toyota. Probably an illegal move, but we got her done. There's just nowhere to do anything around here. There's too many people. So we're gonna park on the shoulder over here. Here comes that Mustang, this Steeda again, right there on the left. Just park right here. Go and get some cup of ice, get some iced tea. Park in the shade here. I'll see you in a bit. So we found it. South end of town. Beautiful mountains over there. Waiting for Dan to show up, and then we will navigate a 75-foot caravan through the narrow highways of a parking lot. You get to ride along with me. That'll be cool, huh? See you in a bit. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn the lights back on for y'all. All I did was drive in the parking lot. Now we're gonna do the maneuvering. There we go. All kinds of obstacles. On the construction site, you got one group doing something and another group trying to do something. And then pretty soon you have people in the way. So I'm going to try to get as much as I can here without running over anything. Flashers on. I need to get outside and look real quick. Okay, we're good. I might have done it too much. Yep, too much. Let's go and give it another shot. Okay. Actually, I'm going to interlock my axles because I could get stuck and I need that extra axle. There we go, piece of cake. Some of the obstacles I got to deal with, like that big old manhole right there. That's what we just came out of. Now, what the heck is a semi doing at a damn construction site? tell you what, doing an obstacle course is what we're doing. Called APOC, a piece of cake. Yeah, so the only part you missed was me driving through that driveway right there. Okie dokie. Let's go check to see if this is enough. The guy has his own U-Haul service, or sorry, trash service. Roll-off, I guess you'd call that. He's got one over there, another one here. He's the owner of the hotel. Saving a lot of money, actually. Not bad. Okay. But it is nice that I've got a lot of off-road big truck experience. Not a whole lot of off-road semi-truck experience. Not that it matters in here because I'm not going off-road, but things you need to know is when you get lumpy like this, you interlock your axle. So when you hit a divot, you'll spin right out. But if you've got your axle interlocked, the other axle will grab. So it's like having 4x4 engaged. That's what I basically mean by having off-road experience. Get one stream coming one way and there's another stream coming the other way. I'm going to go in the middle here. See, we're already spinning out. I interlocked my axles too late. There we go. So I disengaged my axles and I sat there and spun out. Couldn't go when I needed to go. So I had to re-engage them so I could move a little bit. Now we're good to go, but traffic is effed up. Have no fear, I'll get us out of here. Northbound traffic is going to freak out a little bit, thinking I'm going to pull out in front of them, which I am not, of course. Disengage axle, axle disengaged. Right, bike, do you see me not trying to get over? You just don't give a fuck. Last minute. Moab, Utah. Would have been nice if I could have gotten down to Olathe, picked up that load, then hung back in Grand Junction this evening and head to California tomorrow morning. But instead we'll have to drive an hour south, load up, and then another hour north, then go to California. So I'm losing 2 hours by not being able to load up today. I think we'll get an early start tomorrow. 45 into 35. Slow her down. ATVs driving down the highway. That is a nice Rubicon. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Temperature is 76. Actually, my truck's been idling for a while, so it's probably more like, let's say 70. Speed limit goes down to, it's either 30 or 25. I don't remember. But I better find out. Not that it matters, you can't really go very fast anyway. It's just congested. And I'm not like I'm trying to go fast, I just want to know the speed limit. Been down this road many times before, I should know it. I knew it was 25 or 30. It's 30. I ran a Jeep or an ATV. Some of you might remember this song. See if I can get it. Down at the Sunset Grill. Little tough. Come on, California. I'm doing 37. It's an old Utah house right there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Get to the speed limit. We are now leaving Moab, northbound 191, headed to Interstate 70, eastbound. Get back to Grand Junction and shut her down for the night. Fire it up in the morning. I think we'll go pretty early. Leave there at 6. Get down there at 7, right when they open. This is that road I said earlier you cannot take a semi on. It cruises the Colorado River. It goes that way. Kind of the roundabout way. A nice way through the canyons and all. So if you've never been to Moab, now you have. Get a better decision whether you want to come out here or not. This is always a yes for me. I love Moab, but I've never recreated over here. Just because I'm really not into four-wheel drives, but I like four-wheel drives. There's a little beachcomber over there, boat launch I guess that is. Trailhead. Red light district. Arches National Park entrance. up, and then when we get to the 2-lane highway, you can slow down to 50. Purple rocks. Gotta do that right in front of a semi. Minivan for you. Bus motorhome. 50 mile an hour. 50, 5-0. Little RV park. Just going to clear it. So that was a little tour of Moab. Hope you enjoyed it. Perfect day for it. Looks like the thunderheads are brewing. Some heavy rain and hail on Colorado. So thanks for riding shotgun, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, enjoy. Peace.